Hello friends, I'm Rahul Kumar and welcome to my channels. Let's discuss daily current affairs. So the first topic is PCPNDT Act. So the Delhi High Court has remarked that the certain aspect of the PC and PNDT Act need to reconsideration for effective implementation of the act. The court's direction come while dealing with a plea move by a man seeking and questioning of an FIR registered against him under the various sections of the PC and PNDT Act. What is PC and PNDT Act? So, the Preconceptions and Prenatal Diagnostic Technology PCPNDT Act 1994 is an act of the Parliament of India that was enacted to stop female fratricides and arrest the declining sex ratio in India. The act banned prenatal sex determinations. Its objective is to enhancing the act is to ban the use of sex selection technique before or after the conception of prevents the misuse of prenatal diagnostic technology for the sex selective abortions. So let's say some provisions. First is it regulates the use of prenatal diagnostic techniques like ultrasound machines by allowing them to use their only to detect genetic abnormalities, metabolic disorders, chromosomal abnormalities, and certain congenital malformations, hemoglobin pathogens, and sex linked disorders. No laboratory or center and clinic will conduct any test including ultrography ultrasonography for the purpose of determining the sex of the fetus. No person including one who conducting the procedures as per the law will communicate the sex of the fetus to the pregnant woman, to her relatives by the words, sign, or any other methods. So, so let's see some concern by Delhi High Court. The periodically of police involvements and raids of seizure. The court noted that through the PCPNDT rules, campables that the police should not be involved in raids, seizure, etc. as far as possible. The practically of this aspect need to reconsider since such action has to as per with the CRPC Act for conducting raids and facilitates clinic power of investigation and arrest. The court observed that although the appropriate authority is given to the power to investigate and conduct raids, cancels or suspend the registration of medical centers and facilitates the violates PCPNDT Act, it does not have the power to arrest anyone under this act. The offense under this act have been made cognizable, meaning the police can make an arrest. However, the court raised concern about the effectiveness of the appropriate authority role in implementing the act since they are not have the power to arrest. So, low rate of convictions. The low rate of conviction referred to the percentage of cases which is accused are found guilty or convicted of the crime for which they are charged. In the context of the PCPNDT Act, it means that the number of people who are actually convicted for violating the provision of the Act is very low. It indicates a failure of justice system for effectively prosecute offenders and prevents the legal practice of sex selective abortions. What are the implications of Delhi High Court's remarks? So, clearly on the police power to investigation and arrest. The concern raised by the court highlights the needs for a greater clarity of the role over the police in implementing the act, as well as the power of investigation and arrest vested to appropriate authorities. Increased conviction rate. Low rate of conviction under the PCPNDT Act has been presented challenge, and the court remarks many may helps to increase the conviction rate in case related to sex selective abortions. What are the ethical issues surrounding the prenatal diagnosis and sex selective abortions? Violation of right and human dignity. Sex selective abortions is a form of a gender discrimination and violence against women and violates their right to life, dignity, and equality. It also underlines the value of dignity of human life and diversity of human society. Adds to the social problems. It has the adverse consequences for the society, such as skewed sex ratio, increased trafficking, and violence against women, reduced marriage prospects for men, etc. It also raises the moral question about the use of prenatal diagnosis from non-medical purpose and the responsibility of parents and healthcare provides towards the unborn child. Access to healthcare is prenatal diagnosis of sex selective abortion can exacerbate the existing health diagnosis and inequalities, particularly for Indians. Now, next topic is millets experience centers. The Indian government had launched the first kind of millet experience center in the collaboration with the National Agriculture Cooperative Marketing Federation of India (NAFED). The initiative comes in light in the UNGA declarations of 2023 as the International Year of Millets 2023. Millet has referred as the Sri Ann or Union Budget 2023-2024 in Union. What are the Millets Experience Centers? MEC. So, Millets Experience Center is a unique concept that will promote the millet as a versatile, healthy grains and showcasing our dietary benefits and offerings the customer and unique drinking experience. Visitors to the centers can purchase a variety of ready to eat and ready to cook products from the local millets startups. The MEC helps a widen horizon for customers who are actively looking for their healthier alternatives. So, significance. The establishment of the MEC is a step in the direction of India's goal to become a global hub for millets. The MEC will not only to promote the dietary benefits of the ancient grain but also popularize millets as a nutritional powerhouse fit for cooking a very variety of dishes such as millets dosa, millets pasta, etc. The initiative will bring a visibility to India's robust millets-based startups community and will in the recognitions of the immense potential for millets as a versatile and healthy grains. So, next topic is International Civil Aviation Organization ICAO. India will start to participating in the International Civil Aviation Organization carbon offsetting and reduction of scheme for international aviations long-term aspirational goals from 2027. So, about International Civil Aviation Organizations. ICAO is a specialized funding agency of the United Nations. It changes to the principle and techniques of international air navigation. It fosters the planning and development of international air transport to ensure safe, orderly growth. Its headquarters is located in the Qatar International Montreal Quebec, Canada. So you should remember their headquarters. It has 193 member states. India is one of the ICAO founder members, having attending their Chicago Convention in 1944. The ICAO Council adopts two standards and recommend the practices India's concerning air navigations and its infrastructure, flights, inspections, prevention of unlawful interference, and facilitations of border crossing produces and international civil aviation. The Air Navigation Commission is a technically body within ICAO. ICAO defines the protocols for the accidents investigations that are followed by the Transport Safety Authority in countries signatory to the Chicago Convention on International Civil Aviation. The Convention on International Civil Aviation, also known as Chicago Convention, established in the National Civil Aviation Organizations, a specialized agency of United Nations charged with coordinating international air travel. The convention establishes rules and airspace, aircraft registration, and safety security to sustainability and details the right to signatories in the relation to air travels. The convention also contains the provision pertaining to taxation. Oh. About Corsia, CORSIA. It is the first global market-based measures to any sectors. It represents the cooperative approach that moves away pitchworks for national recognition regulatory initiatives. It offers harmonized way to reduce the emission from international aviation, minimizing the market's distortion while respecting the social circumstances at a respective capability of ICAO member states. Corsia complements the other elements of baskets to measure the offsettings, the number of CO2 emissions, and cannot be reduced through the use of technical improvements, operational improvement, sustainable aviation fuels with emission units, and carbon markets. So these are not so much important. No. Next topic is National Manufacturing Innovation Survey. Department of Science and Technology released the National Manufacturing Innovation Survey 2021-22. About National Manufacturing Innovation Survey. A National Manufacturing Innovation Survey 21-22 is jointly studied Department of Science and Technology and United Nations Industrial Development Organizations. Their objective is to evaluate the innovations performance of manufacturing firms in India. This study is a follow-up to DST First National Innovation Survey held in 2011. This survey offers the empirical understandings of current innovation activities for manufacturing economy in India as well as the ways to navigate their organizational rigidity to facilitate market demand for innovation. Key highlights the NMIS 2021-22 survey. The NMIS survey shows that the innovation is not yet common in manufacturing but has proved to be portable for firms. The NMIS 2021-22 survey had two specific components: the firm travel survey and sectoral system of innovation survey. The firm travel survey captured data in the types of innovation that innovates the measures taken by firms. These include the process of innovations, access, finance, resource, and information for innovation based, also recording to the factors implementing the innovation activities in a firm. 1 in 4 firms are found to have successfully implemented the innovations for the observations period, and over 80% of these firms are benefited significantly, expanding market and production to reducing the cost. The sectoral reforms of innovation survey mapped the manufacturing innovations system and its enabling the role to achieving their innovation firms. So these are not much important. Now, move on next topic, patent filing in India. So a recent report shows that the patent filing in India registered in a decade high growth of 14%. So about patent, a patent is a firm's to preservation of intellectual property. As you know, it is a exclusive rights granted for an invention which is the product or a process that provides a new way to doing something or offers a new technical solutions to a problem. To get a patent, technical information about the invention must be disclosed to the public in a patent application. Patentability criteria for an innovation. So what are these criteria? First is it should be a novel, must involves a innovative steps or technical advancement, capable for industrial applications. Terms of patent. The term of every patent in India is 20 years from the date of filings of the patent application, irrespective whether it is filed with provisional or complete specification. So, Patent Amendment Rule 2021. Patent fee for educational institution reduced. Benefits related to 80% reduced fee for patent filing and prosecution have extended to all educational institutions. Extensions and expedited examination exams. The first granted patents is one of which was granted in 41 days after he filing such a request. This facility is expedited examination system was initially provided for a patent application filed by startups. It has been now extended to 8 more categories of patent applicants: small and medium enterprises, female applications, government departments, institutions established by center, provincial or state act, government companies, and institutions wholly or substantially financed by the government and application are under patent prosecution highway. The Patent Prosecution Highway is a set of initiatives for providing accelerated patent prosecutions and procedures by sharing information between the same patent office. Next topic is Governor Powers to Assent Bill. Recently, the Supreme Court has given reminder to the governor that the constitutions expect that the decision to return a bill to the state assembly for reconsideration should be made as soon as possible. So, about the office of the governor first. So, Article 153 of the Constitution provides the provision that there shall have governor for each state. This article also provides that it is not necessary for every state to have a different governor, and thus a person can be appointed as a governor of more than one state. Article 154. The governor position in the state is identical to positions of the President of India, and just like the President, the governor is the executive head of the state. The authority is conferred on him under Article 154 of the Constitution, which provides the executive power of the states vested in the governor. The constitutional power of the governor is related to state bill. Article 200 of the Indian Constitution deal with the governor's power in relation to assenting to legislation enacted by the state legislature and other function of the governor, such as reserving the bill's consideration by the president. Article 201 relates to bill reserved for reconsideration. The governor have absolute veto power and suspend veto power and accepts the money bills, but no packet veto power, absolute veto. This refers to the governor power to refuse the sign a bill passed by assembly. Suspensive veto. The suspensive veto is used for a governor when he returns the bills the state assembly for reconsideration. If the assembly rescinds the bill of the governor with or without alterations, he must be approved it without using any veto powers. The governor may not has its suspensive veto in connection to the money bill. Now, next is packet veto. The power of president in packet veto in the bill held pending indefinitely. He neither rejects or sends a measures back to review. Sending for reconsideration. The governor can send the bill to back the house for reconsideration, but if the bill is sent back by the house without any change, the governor has to give his assent to that bill. He cannot send the bill back to the state legislature if it is a money bill. Reserving the bills for patents considerations. The governor also has president's considerations. The governor also has a right to reserve some bills for the consideration of president. When the governor when a governor reserves bill for president's consideration, he has no longer involved in the bill enactment. Even if the president refers to the assembly for reconsideration, the bill will still brought for the president and not to the governor following to reconsideration without assent. The governor also has power to withhold assent to a bill, pending bill in the state legislature. If any bill is pending in the house, the governor can send message to such house and reminding them out the same. Supreme Court observations. While referring to the first proviso to the Article 2200 of the Constitution, the Supreme Court mandates the governor should not delay over bill sent to them as a assent after they had been passed by legislative assemblies. They should return as soon as possible and not sit over them. The expressions as soon as possible in this article has a significant constitutional intent that are the constitutional authorities should keep in this mind. Legal arguments against the delaying assents. State constitutional obligations. The governor intactions of the bills passed by the assembly to create the situations where the state is unable to function in accordance with the constitution. If the governor continues to fail the act according with the constitutions, the state government has a constitutional obligation to invoke Article 355 and notify the president, requesting that appropriate instruction be issued to the governor to ensure the process of government is conducted in accordance with the constitution. Role of apex court. So, the framers of the Indian Constitution would never have imagined the governor would sit on the bills indefinitely without exercising any of the options given in Article 200. This is a new developments that need to new solutions within the framework of the Constitution. So, it falls to the Supreme Court to fix and reasonable time frames of the governor to take decisions on a bill passed by the assembly in the larger interest of federalism in the country. So, what's the way forward? In order to establish cordial, cordial relations between the governor and the state legislature, the recommendation of Sarkaria Commission, Punchi Commission, and Justice V. Chalya Commissions must be implemented. Supreme Court in the Nambam Riba judgment ruled that the exercise of the governor's discretion, Article 163, is limited and his choice of action should not be arbitrary or fanciful. It must be a choice as directed by reasons, actualized by good faith, and tempered by cautions, as the as same should be implemented in the letter and spirit. So, if you download this PDF, please check on the description, and thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, share, like and comment.